Welcome to a monumental exploration of the very foundations of human existence. We stand today at the threshold of the greatest story ever told, a narrative that has shaped civilizations, inspired the arts, and defined the human spirit for countless millennia. Today, we delve into the profound and timeless depths of the book of Genesis. This is more than a mere historical record. It is a vivid tapestry of faith, struggle, and divine purpose. As we embark on this 10-minute odyssey, prepare your heart to witness the dawn of creation and the birth of a promise that still resonates in the modern world. Let us begin our journey at the absolute beginning of all things. In the absolute silent void of the beginning, a single divine word ignited the stars and set the celestial spheres in motion. We witness the separation of light from the deep shadow, the gathering of vast waters to reveal the first continents, and the breathing of life into the diverse creatures of the earth. Every mountain peak and every hidden valley serves as a silent witness to those first 7 days of magnificent transformation. The complexity of the universe speaks of a meticulous design, an intricate balance that sustains everything we know. Imagine the sheer scale of the cosmos unfolding as the stars took their places in the eternal dance, marking the passage of seasons and the rhythm of time. It was a masterpiece of unmatched beauty, where every atom resonated with the power of the creative force that brought order out of primordial chaos. The earth was a canvas of vibrant greens and deep blues, waiting for the arrival of its stewards. The air was filled with the first whispers of life as the wind swept over the newly formed mountains and the sun warmed the pristine oceans. This was the theater of the infinite, where purpose began to manifest in every leaf and every star. Every sunrise was a new declaration of glory, and every sunset a promise of the renewal to come. The intricate ecosystems and the diversity of life form a living testament to a wisdom that far exceeds our understanding. We are invited to stand in awe of the sheer grandeur of a world crafted with such precision and love. Within the heart of this new paradise, humanity began its complicated journey with freedom and responsibility. The Garden of Eden was a sanctuary of perfect harmony, a place where the divine and the human walked together in the cool of the day. Yet, the lure of the unknown led to a choice that would echo through eternity. We feel the weight of the exile, the first realization of toil and mortality, as the gates of paradise were guarded by flaming swords. Yet, even in the shadow of this fall, a glimmer of hope was planted, a promise of restoration that would drive the narrative forward through countless generations. The struggle between light and darkness became the central theme of the human experience, a journey characterized by the search for a lost connection and the hope of a future reconciliation with the eternal source of life. Every thorn and every tear became a part of the tapestry of redemptive history, pointing toward a distant day when the harmony of the beginning would be restored. The world outside the gates was vast and wild, demanding courage and a new kind of reliance on the unseen hand that still guided the steps of the wanderers. The lessons of the garden remain relevant, reminding us that our choices have consequences that stretch far beyond the immediate moment. We are all seekers of that lost paradise, carrying within us the memory of a perfect peace that we hope to find once again in the grand design of the ages. As the world grew distant from its origins, a cleansing deluge was sent to wash the canvas clean and offer a new start. We stand on the deck of the ark, hearing the relentless rhythm of the rain and the cries of the storm, as the last remnants of life were preserved amidst the global chaos. Noah's steadfast faith became the anchor for a new beginning, a testament to the resilience of the spirit when aligned with a higher calling. As the waters receded and the first dry land appeared, a vibrant rainbow arched across the sky, serving as a timeless covenant between heaven and earth. This was not just an end, but a profound renewal, a declaration that life would endure and that the story of humanity was far from over. It was a moment of absolute stillness before the next chapter of the journey began under a washed and clear sky. The fresh scent of the earth after the rain signaled a second birth for all creation, a moment where the promise of a stable and seasonal world was sealed with a celestial sign. The mountains stood as silent sentinels, watching as life once again spread across the valleys and plains, carrying with it the lessons of the past and the hope of a future free from the shadow of the great waters. The story of Noah reminds us that even in the midst of overwhelming storms, there is a sanctuary of peace for those who remain faithful to the vision. The rainbow stands as a permanent witness to the mercy that follows the judgment, a bridge of color connecting the heaven and the earth in an eternal embrace. From the ancient and bustling city of Ur, a single voice called a man to leave everything he knew and step into the vast unknown. Abraham's journey across the rugged deserts of the Near East was a walk of pure faith, a movement toward a land he had never seen but was promised to his kin. We walked beside him in the dusty heat, feeling the weight of the promise that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the desert sky. This was the birth of a nation, a lineage of believers who would carry the torch of truth through the coming centuries. Every step taken in the wilderness was a brick in the foundation of a legacy that would eventually encompass the entire world. The stars became a living map of his future, a constant reminder of a covenant that could never be broken by time or the shifting sands of history. He pitched his tents in the shadows of great oaks and by the side of quiet wells, always looking forward to a city with eternal foundations. His life was a testament to the fact that home is not a place, but a relationship with the divine that travels with us wherever we go. The dust of the road was a small price to pay for the vision of a future that would bless all the nations of the earth. His laughter and his trials, his silence and his songs all contribute to the rich melody of a faith that transformed the desert into a land of promise. We are all travelers in his footsteps, looking for that same destination that lies beyond the horizon of our sight. The journey of faith often involves a deeply personal struggle, a wrestling with our own identities and our connection to the divine. Jacob's night at the river Jabbok was a definitive turning point, a transformation from a seeker to a prince. We witnessed the intensity of that midnight battle, the sweat and the strain of a man refusing to let go until he received a blessing from the mysterious messenger. His name was changed to Israel, marking a new chapter for the people of the promise. It was a stark reminder that our greatest transformations often occur in our darkest moments of struggle and surrender. The limp in his step became a badge of honor, a sign that he had encountered a living power and emerged changed forever. From his 12 sons, the tribes would grow, forming the heart of a narrative that would span the entire globe. The river continued its relentless flow, just as the purpose of his life had been redirected by this divine encounter. He crossed the water no longer as a fugitive, but as a man who had faced the truth and found grace in the midst of the struggle. His legacy would be one of endurance, a story of a family chosen not for their perfection, but for their willingness to be shaped by the hand of the Almighty. The struggle at the river is a mirror for our own inner battles, where we confront our fears and emerge with a new name and a new mission in life. It is a profound testament to the power of perseverance in the face of the unknown. In the grand finale of the Genesis story, we see how betrayal and suffering can be woven into a magnificent tapestry of salvation. Joseph's journey from a dark pit in the desert to the golden throne of Egypt is a masterclass in divine providence and resilience. We feel the isolation of his prison cell and then the overwhelming splendor of his royal robes, realizing that every trial was a hidden preparation for a much greater purpose. His ability to forgive his brothers and provide for those who wronged him became the ultimate expression of the character shaped by the preceding generations. Through his wisdom, the promise was preserved, and the family of Israel was sheltered during a time of global famine and crisis. The story of Genesis closes with a profound sense of closure and anticipation, as the foundations were now firmly laid for the epic narrative of Exodus and the future of a people. The wheat of Egypt became the bread of life for a starving family, a sign that even the darkest intentions can be turned toward a benevolent end by a sovereign hand. Joseph stood as a bridge between the past and the future, a man who saw the hand of God in every link of the chain of his life. His legacy was one of reconciliation, a reminder that the heart of the promise is always found in the restoration of broken relationships. His life demonstrates that the true measure of success is found in the service of others and the fulfillment of a divine mandate. The grandeur of Egypt was but a stage for the unfolding of a plan that would change the world forever. The stories of Genesis are not buried in the dust of the past. They are living echoes that continue to shape our understanding of who we are and where we are going. From the first spark of light in the darkness to the reconciliation in a palace, we see a consistent thread of purpose and hope. We have traveled through the lives of flawed individuals who were called to extraordinary destinies, witnessing how faith can bridge the gap between the earthly and the divine. The landscapes we have traversed, the lush valleys, the arid deserts, and the grand cities, all tell a part of this singular story. As the curtain falls on this chapter of our origins, we are left with the realization that every end is merely a new beginning in the grand design of history. The legacy of Genesis is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit when it is connected to a vision that is greater than itself. It is a story that continues to be written in the lives of every individual who seeks meaning in the vastness of time. We stand on the shoulders of these ancient giants, looking out over a horizon that is as broad as the promises made under the desert stars. The journey continues, for the word that began it all is still speaking into the void of the modern heart. Every life is a new opportunity to experience the grace and the purpose that were first revealed in the dawn of creation. We carry the stories within us, a heritage of faith that illuminates our path through the challenges of the present and into the possibilities of the future. The legacy of Genesis is an eternal invitation to walk in the light and to embrace the divine promise that sustains all of life. Our journey through the book of Genesis comes to a close, but the echoes of these ancient stories remain within our very souls. We have seen the birth of stars, the trials of patriarchs, and the unwavering power of a promise that transcends time itself. As you step back into your world, may the lessons of faith, resilience, and providence inspire your own path. Thank you for joining me in this grand exploration of our origins. Until our next journey through history, farewell, and keep the light of discovery burning bright.